We're about to lose one. Get the intruder.
Copy. We're almost there.
Security breach.
Attacking the area.
Security breach.
Shit, I've got movement. Where? Everywhere. Contact!
Hey, what's happening? All Hurts here, back with round 4 of my Spies versus Mercs action that I'm getting up here on the channel. We're going back to the silo. Now, this is one of those older rounds that I had captured before this latest patch came in. For those of you who watched my last round that I put up here, gameplay number 3 of the Spies versus Mercs, I did give a bit of an update of where I stood with Blacklist at this point. Really, I was unable to play it, and still am, right up till now. However, just prior to me putting the commentary on this video, Ubisoft support did finally get back to me. They gave me a possible fix for the problem I've been having, and I'll be trying that out later today at some point. But I did want to get this comm on here. I did want to get this video up on the channel as soon as possible at this point. Now, right now, like I said, we're back on Silo. It is a different kit than you're used to seeing up here on the channel, however. I have been rolling that adrenaline suit pretty consistently, well, with the few videos that I've put up. However, this one here is a UAV suit. It's a customized suit, a custom slot, and we'll do a kit rundown here shortly. You see me run into Triple W here, and I think the two of us were having a bit of lag issues with one another, a little bit of a latency issue between the two of us, and he seemed to be getting the better of it, and you know, because I did put him down, and he still managed to kind of grab me and shake me up a little bit, and that's really what caused my death there. You know, it allowed his teammate to come rushing in while I was picking up my busted ass self, and he slashed and dashed as he went running on by and finished me off. So anyway, yeah, there'll be a couple instances where me squaring off with Triple W, it just seemed like there was some lag playing out here. But beyond that, I have a really solid merc run here. Not a great spy run, not a horrible spy run, but I've always been a better merc at this game. At this series than I have been a spy. Now right there you can see my RFD senses were tingling. There was quite a bit of activity playing out up there. Boxes popping up on two different characters. Merciful Rays, who thought he was going to get the jump on me, when in fact I was the one getting the jump on him, you know. And that's really the downside. If you don't have that RFD protection on your goggles when you're using them as the spy, you got to watch out for those mercs that have the RFD vision, because it will give you away every time. Just plain and clearly, you know. And one more time here with Triple W, you can see him wielding the goggles, and right there you can see again, well after the fact, after putting him down, the flashbang that he had in his hand finally does detonate. So you can see again, there's a bit of a lag issue between the two of us. I'm gonna do a kit rundown here. Let's try and do it right now. The thing with this is the elite UAV suit. Now, when I say elite, there's basically two types of every suit. There's the regular one, and there's the elite one. And the difference is purely superficial. You're not going to get any bonuses by going with elite, other than the look of it, you know. Maybe you'll like the regular suit, the way the regular suit looks better with a certain camo. Maybe you prefer the kind of the look of the elite suit. It's purely superficial, though, guys. There's no extra bonuses for it. Now, the thing about using the UAV suit is that I do have access to the drone that you just saw me wielding there, that got overcharged as I went up into, I sent it up into that upper catwalk to give Fares there a bit of a hand. But the thing with carrying that drone on your back is that the UAV suit mercs really do suffer a speed loss from carrying that on their back the entire game. So when I set up my loadout, I took that into account. It took me a few tries to tweak it. It took me a few attempts at tweaking it, I guess is what I should say, before I finally felt something that was comfortable and that recouped that speed loss that the UAV suit causes. So we're looking at faster movement pants, faster sprint boots, and that was just enough. You know, that was enough to counter that speed loss. The RFD vision's on there. You all know that already. As far as the head and the gloves go, it's focused on armor. So I'm a bit of a tank. It can be tough to take down with fire. Spies are going to have to come in close and try and blade me like he did there, like MJ CJ did there. And if you're not If you're not on the ball, I'll put you down up close as well, like that right there. Merciful Rays on my RFD vision without his RFD protection, and was looking to reposition, hoping that I think he was probably hoping that I was going to run on by and head straight out here for A, and he was going to get the jump on me and stab me in the back. But it didn't quite work out the way he was hoping. He was hoping. The weapons that I'm carrying, proximity mines, only allowed one gadget. I don't have the extra gadget pants. I had to focus on the speed there in that department. And the ace with a red dot sight on there. It is silenced, and it feels pretty comfortable. It's a pretty comfortable weapon. Good balance of power and accuracy and stability, and really great at those mid ranges. Close to mid range. So that's that with the kit. You can see I've posted up here out at A, and I'm sending the drone way back in the backfield. Right now at this point, I think one of my gadgets just got destroyed, so I'm checking where my mines were positioned. That one's still intact. This one here has been destroyed, and just as I wander into the area, into C, I get that overcharged suit, probably coming from Triple W. Now coming back out here, looking to make a mad dash back there for C, knowing that the enemy was back there. I run into MJCJ, and a nice little play there. You noticed as he cut off around the train, I did swing wide. I didn't pursue. I wanted to see if he was going to go up high there and actually try and get a death from above on me. Swapped out to the pistola and kept my distance from him, from that possible death from above that was lurking up on that train, and managed to put him down. And now here I am, finding myself back here in C, working the lower tunnel. The teammates, Fares in particular, there does manage to find Triple W and puts down the hacker. Stops it short there at 25%. Now, I was just sitting there waiting for my drone to recharge so I could use it one more time, and I do send it out on patrol. However, just as I'm passing on by, I hear the slicing and dicing taking place. It is MJ, the CJ, coming back in here looking to pick up the hack one more time. But all he gets a couple kills out of it, but, comes running over the railing just at the wrong place at the wrong time, just as I had come off my drone, and I did catch him right there. With his pants down, with his hands, caught red-handed basically, because he'd just done some serious slicing and dicing up there on the upper level. Now here I am detected by one of the Spies intel suits, of which some of you may be unfamiliar of all the different suits that are available out there, simply because I haven't showcased them up here on the channel yet. I promise I will get to all the different suits in time, and hopefully, like I said earlier, it will be nice to be able to get into the action again if this fix that Ubisoft support gave me is actually effective. Now right there, going to the drone really quickly, you can see I'm really making a mess of MJCJ over the course of this Merc run. He's really been in my sights quite a few times at this point. But I got love for them all. There's Triple W one more time. Felt like a good solid kill on him there. No lag issues. Hit him square. Hit him with just the right number of rounds to put him down. And it felt good. It felt good. So making a mad dash. You can see the Merc team was strong out there on A, and I'm just making a mad dash back here, looking to kind of a reposition up here, just to kind of cut off anybody that's going to try and cut through this central area and try and get into one of these other objectives, I'm not really sure why I only have the pistola. Have I completely run out of ammo for the ace? Haven't been paying attention. Probably should be, but I can hold my own with the pistola just fine, just fine. My pistola, my drone, and my faster sprint boots. Now this is not a great place to post up, but I thought I'd get right in here, maybe pull out a quick kill, and that's what I did. And it's always good putting down Triple W, since he did cause my first death. Wasn't responsible for it, but he certainly did cause it with my encounter with him there early on in the game, where I put him down, and he managed to knock me on my ass with his dying breath, I guess, So they've started this hack on A, and again, just as I enter the area, the team doing a great job of ending these hacks, putting these Spies to rest. I figure I'm starting to, I see Merciful Rays. I started putting some shots into him, and there was Triple W coming back to life, spraying me with whatever weapon he was using, doing a fair bit of damage. But I didn't have much concern. Had I not been so heavily armored, he may have actually put me down there. We'll never know. We'll never know. Now right here, see Triple W again. Didn't know it was him, but I did see the Spy coming around the corner. Backed up a step. Figured I may get the jump on him at that corner of the train, but no, it just wasn't meant to be. He was on the ball and managed to stick me. But of course, we've been having a few issues with lag when I'm squaring off against Triple W, so maybe Maybe had I not been having the lag issues with him, I may have been able to put him down one more time. But again, we'll never know. We'll never know. Now, they've initiated a hack here on B, and I'll tell you guys, this round was a real stalemate. You know, both teams on the Spy side of things just couldn't get anything going. Both teams on the Merc side of things really did a great job of defending those terminals, you know. And what it's going to come down to is basically neither team gets a terminal, and it's really just going to come down to who was able to get the most off that one terminal, you know. In that allotted amount of time, in those 10 minutes that they had to try and do something. And again, putting Triple W down, he gets me with the flash, you know. I don't know what he was thinking charging in there. I did drop the mine, but I put him down with the gun. I put him down with kind of a combination, I think, of the two, just as he flashes me. And I did make that mad charge down the catwalk. I mean, whenever you get flashed, kind of get your bearings, you know, just in that last moment of actual good sight that you have. Grab your bearings and just figure out where you need, and just stay mobile. Just run as far away from the action as you can until that flash wears off. A lot of guys have a tendency to just kind of strafe around in a circle, shooting blindly. You know, I say if you know where you are and you can, just run away from the activity until that flash wears off. Now, I thought I was being real cute here with this drone, going deep in that vent, you know, through the vent, coming in really wide on that location, and you know what? Somebody, I don't know who it was exactly, probably Triple W, just kind of poked his head around the corner and said, "No, sir, you are denied," and put down my drone just like that. Now, he's still hanging out here. He's still hanging out here. No, it is MJCJ. So he's in a really great location here. He can work this ledge as long as it's just me squaring off against him and kind of keep me at bay, you know, because I know if I venture in too closely, I do expose myself to the death from above. But as soon as the two Mercs, one guy on either side, come into play, he's in trouble, you know, and that's what happened there. Now right here, squaring off against two charging Spies, put down Merciful Raise with the blade, with a little bit of a standoff with the blade, and finally put down Triple W, who was trying to take me out from the distant, with some distant fire, you know. Finally decided, he saw his buddy Merciful Raise charging in there, figured he would follow it up. I guess he thought that, you know, with two Spies coming in up against the Great Hoods, he would be able to be, one of them would put me down, but no, they're both denied, And I just continue on my little reign of terror up here, putting down UCG Kami, and then MJCJ one more time. And I'll wrap this round up here on the drone, just as overtime finally does tick down into nothingness. And the enemies there, they're sitting with 67%, and that's our goal. You know, one terminal would have been beautiful if we could have hacked it, but you know what? All we need to do is beat the 67% mark here, and we may just do that. We'll see. Now you can see a couple of sore losers here, backing out mid-round. Well, that's another thing that came in at patch 1.03 or on that third patch. No more leaving mid-game. It's always been an issue with this series. Guys have a tendency, and it's not a big deal when it's a big game of, you know, a different game that has, you know, 12 on 12, 24 on 24, you know, 16 on 16, whatever the case may be. A couple guys leaving who are sore losers, you know, not going to be a big deal. But when that happens in a game like this, it can kill the round, you know, it can kill the match. And finally, I think the part of the patch that came in with patch 1.03 was that there was no more option available to leave at midway point of the round. So guys are in there. They're in there till the end. Otherwise, they're going to have to do just a hard shutdown of the game, right? And there we go, starting things off really beautifully, working my way around Triple W. Any kill on Triple W is good. You can see a new Spy suit that I haven't had up here on the channel yet. We're looking at the, this is the camo suit, the cloak suit, the elite cloak suit, just to be a little more precise. And I'm really looking to go pure stealth with this loadout. So let's take a look at some of the gear I'm wearing. Tag protection is what I have on my head. So I don't have the RFD disruption, and it does come to cost me a few lives here. I was actually unsure. I'd been tweaking this kit, and if I remember right, when I was in this round, I was unsure as to whether I had the tag protection on here or the RFD disruption. So foolishly, I just sat there with my vision mode activated for a couple of times where I know it cost me my life, in hindsight anyway. But I do have the tag protection on there, and what that basically does is it allows any enemy drones that are circling the area, or enemy detection devices that they have planted in a specific area that will tag the spies. Those devices will not detect me, you know, so it's complete protection from those devices. However, I can still expose myself using my vision modes to that RFD vision if mercs have that or have that attached or have that set up in their loadouts, you know. I have spatial navigation gloves, which simply allows me to climb objects a little bit more quickly than I normally would be able to, you know. Now right here, this is probably my best spy work of the match. You know, a quick little kill over there on Cramsib, who's a new joiner here, who came in after those two sore losers left mid game. He's one of the new guys that are in here, and then do some nice work there up on Merciful Rays up on top of the train car as one of my teammates put down a smoke grenade. Now the devices I'm dropping, those are obviously the trophy systems. They will take out enemy grenades, enemy drones if they enter the area. And here I am getting tracked by somebody here. Is it Triple W? I do believe it is. It is Triple W, and with a quick click on of the cloak suit, I do manage to come in on his flank, on his 3 o'clock, and slit his throat. Now right here, this is one of those times I'm pretty sure I was being tracked by RFD vision. I don't have the protection on my goggles right now, and I left myself completely exposed. I'm pretty sure that's the only way to explain how that guy was able to pinpoint me so quickly. The other gear that I have attached to my spy, so right now we have the tag protection on the goggles, which is protecting me from intel devices like the drones or just kind of the stationary intel devices that mercs can drop. I have the spatial navigation gloves, which allow me to climb scale walls or climb objects that a little bit faster. ID disruption pants, which simply means that if a merc passes his crosshair over my area, and this is effective when you're cloaked as a spy, okay, and you don't want your red name to come up, you know, your name to come up red in his crosshairs. ID disruption pants are a must for a cloak suit spy, okay. And the final gear that I have, my boots are sound reduction boots, which simply muffles the sounds of my footsteps, and you can really move around the map that much more silent. The gear, the trophy system, that's all I have with me, so it's effective for putting up a kind of a blanketing an area in safety, at least from incoming grenades and drones for a short amount of time until they eventually just get put down by patrolling mercs. The goggles are thermal goggles, and I do have the stun crossbow in there, rounding things out. I wish I could have put the stun crossbow into effect a little bit, actually showcase a little bit. I'm sure there'll be plenty of time to do that in future rounds here on the channel. Now I do initiate this hack on C, but you guys are going to know that it's going to be unsuccessful in the long run of things. I was trying to mix things up a little bit, didn't want to go back down to the tunnel. Figured I'd try just posting up over here. I do have the cloak suit. My mistake really is holding my thermal vision on the entire duration of this. I really got lucky that I never got detected over here. But I do have that tag protection, so the drones are running a little bit blind when they're around me. However, just sitting there with the thermal vision on, not the greatest play, not the greatest play. But again, in my defense, I wasn't really sure what I had on the goggles at this point. But that's my own fault, you know. I should have been paying more attention. I should have been more aware of what actual gear I was wielding when I went into battle here, you know. So now you can see 3 mercs in here, 1 had fallen, and I decide, well, I'm gonna have to make a move on somebody. Merciful Rays, I really did get a great jump on him as he came rushing around this corner. The great thing about this location is that if mercs come around the corner right in front of me, they have a tendency to be looking up. They have a tendency to be looking up, you know. And right there, just some bad luck with the drone. It was kind of a brain fart for me. I should have moved, or I should have just had my cloak on. You did hear the drone do a 1 flyby. I did know where the guy was. I did have him marked on thermal vision. He was in the lower tunnel. You could tell because he had gone kind of into a crouched position and had set the drone off. I probably should have made a move on him as soon as I saw him take a knee. But you know what? Maybe in a future game that will come into effect. You play, you live, and you learn, you know, and hopefully you don't make the same mistakes over and over and over again. Right there, kind of a bad it was a bad play, you know. I just kind of was holding my ground. I should have made a little bit more movement. In the Blacklist, the SvM Blacklist, you want to stay mobile for the most part. You know, you need a good mix when you're the hacker and you're on a terminal of mobility and just kind of hiding in a corner or a good location. You don't want to hang out in one location for too long, because with 4 mercs patrolling and God knows how many drones may come into the area, you know you're going to get spotted. The odds are slowly ticking, getting higher and higher against you, you know, the longer that you're in one location. Eventually you're going to be spotted, especially if you're doing work from that location, putting guys down, as I did. I did manage to put down Merciful Rays. Now again, here I've got a nice little perimeter set up with the trophy system. This is a great little location. A lot of spies will go here. And it works well for me, you know. The team is coming in. Mighty is in here rushing around, and eventually with the mercs flooding that side really heavily there, I thought it best just to try and regroup and reposition myself. And I thought, well, this train car, maybe I can eke out another 25-30% on this hack from this position before I'm forced to move one more time. So I'm in here, I'm wielding thermal vision, and this is probably the one death that I really regret. And it's one of those ones where I just wasn't aware that RFD, that I was running around without the RFD protection on. I couldn't remember what I had. Now right here, and this guy's playing it really well. He's creeping. He's not really focusing right on my position, but as he comes around the corner here, you can tell he had me marked with his RFD vision. That was my own damn fault for wielding that thermal vision so carelessly. And it cost me. I thought I was going to get the jump on him there, but you know what? He really did throw me for a loop the way he was just kind of pacing up, never really looking at me completely, you know, just kind of covering the doorway to see if I would rush on by. And then when he finally did, kind of just strafe out to the side there and got the nice shot on me, that's when I realized, you know what? I'm on RFD vision. That's the only thing that explains that. The only thing. Now you can hear the drone circling. I do get the... I do get the trophy system down, but really have now given my position away to this endless butchery guy who's coming into the game. He does get a grenade in there. Amazingly, I survive it, and then crank on the camo suit, the cloak suit, go in for the kill, and manage to put him down. So it was a nice escape from the spawn, you know, despite considering the fact that he had a great perimeter. He really did have me pinched off in there. Now, we've initiated a new hack on C here. I was just getting into position, trying to see if anybody would come through that doorway that I was posted up above. Right there, you did notice, Merciful Rays, he is wielding the adrenaline suit. That's what the kind of speed boost that adrenaline will give you. And what would have been a kill for me otherwise, it cost me my life, you know, because once he kicked in that adrenaline, he was unreachable, and I was forced to pursue, forced to chase at a high rate of speed, and I went running into the C zone pretty carelessly, and stepped on a mine and blew my ass up, you know. So this is pretty well all she wrote. I'm pretty sure at this point we've already made the hack long enough to have been victorious. It would have been nice to have pulled in a terminal, though, you know. It's unfortunate. And you can see a few more mines have been dropped down here. I do come charging in here. Unfortunately, my cloak suit wears off just as I close in on this guy. But amazing, you know, doing a little scrambling there, and I did manage to get kind of a little baby death from above on him. And just before Triple W puts me down with some questionable fire as I had already rounded the corner. And again, it was just one more example of the two of us having a bad connection to one another. There was some latency issues, and well, it happens. That's part of gaming, you know. And with it all said and done here, 79% to 67%. So we did do just enough to really pull out victory here. But a tough round to win on both sides. It's unfortunate to see that a couple of guys took off mid-round, but the guys that replaced them seem to be doing okay. And really did shut us down on that spy side. You would have thought with it being 4-on-2 at the start of that spy round when we put the spy suits on, that it would have been a cakewalk, but it just wasn't. But looking at my numbers, pretty solid round there. 2 defends, 28 kills, 8 deaths, so pretty good, 5,300. Looking at Mighty there, who I'm pretty sure Well, no. I guess he didn't come in. He didn't come in late. 2 defends for him, 10 and 18. Not great, but not horrible. Fair's there, 2 defends and a 9 and 12. That's not bad. But Jackal, Prey. Yeah, you certainly are Prey, sir. Certainly are Prey. 0, 0, 0, and 11. And 11. Not good. Not good. He's got his work cut out for him, that fella right there. Anyway, look, going down to the other side of things. Triple W there, 19 and 14. Pretty solid round. I'm sure he's a great player. I don't want to take anything away from him, but it was certainly obvious to me anyway, and hopefully to you guys, that there was some lag playing out on his end there. Now this KC Cramsib, he came in midway point, and he had a good run there as the Merc, 10 and 4 with 3 defense, and a Merciful Raise there, not too bad, pretty even Steven there with a 10 and 12, and Endless Butchery, he came in quite late in the game with a 2 and 4. So guys, thanks for stopping by, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I'll start capping some new action for this this series, this game, in the coming weeks. Hopefully that this workaround that Ubisoft gave me actually works. So guys, again, thanks for stopping by. Please do leave a like, a comment, sub to the channel if you're new around here, and until next time, all remember why it hurts. Later.